Alright guys, full of coming to you with another video. I hope all is well with y'all. I just kind of wanted to segue off of my usual topics, which are boxing and I want to say boxing, social issues, and product reviews. And I just want to talk about my belief system and things like that, and because people are somewhat up in the air, about what I believe in and things like that, because maybe perhaps I don't believe in a way that the mainstream shows it to be, But yes, I come from a traditional West African Muslim family. My, as a matter of fact, the way I was brought up, I was, for the time I was in Africa, I actually did read off of the wooden board in which we call a lahu, which you memorize different texts, be it, Quran, be it fiqh, be it just different things. I do have a little bit of you know, a little bit of a history in that. I didn't finish because I had to leave and come to the West, but that doesn't mean I didn't the keep track of it, or still have an interest in it. So, you know, and as I got older and things like that, and whatnot, everything always brought me back to that. Everything always brought me back to that foundation. When I got to look further more into the foundation without the Arab supremacy attached to it, or without the Eurocentrism attached to it, I realized that it just basically was in alignment with our traditional beliefs that we had before. Even the brotherhood in which I belong to, it's just basically a continuation of what was happening before. What is essentially what Islam did, it just kind of like organized it a little bit better, but it was just the same thing that was done before. Um, the thing is that, like, when you really look at it with Islam, I mean, people are not going to tell you this, but the most prolific writer in Islam is a black African, and his name is Sheikh Ahmed Lubambo, Rahmatullah alayhi, and that's the way in which I follow. Uh, we call it the Mori way, and just basically Mori means just a seeker of God. That's all it means. But he wrote 7 tons of literature, Sheikh Ahmed Lubamba, and here's a black African who did that. Let's not even get into the slave revolts that most of the Muslims started once they were held captive in the Americas. The one in Bahia, Brazil. There's the one in Cartagena, Colombia. There was actually the first ever slave revolt in the Western Hemisphere, in Hispaniola, done by Wolof and possibly other ethnic groups of Muslims. And they killed Christopher Columbus' son, Diego Colon, in that. But my intention is not really to explain to or be apologetic of it. You know what I mean? Because these pro-blacks and these fake woke people, they already have it made up in their mind that they're not going to like it anyway. You know what I mean? But I mean, everything that they stand for, I can refute I can basically refute everything that they bring to me, and I have refuted everything that they bring to me. But they just make themselves look bad. They don't make me look bad. because usually what they try to do is they try to bash the religion using European sources, and they're supposed to quote unquote be against the whole Eurocentralism, but yet you're using European sources to try to prove your point. What sense does that make? I also want to say that one of the sages of the religion was basically well versed in hieroglyphics anyway. He was well versed in hieroglyphics, and he didn't see any conflict between his way, because he practiced he was from Kemet, but he was like a staunch believer, and his name was Dhul Nun al Misri, Rahmatullah alayh. And he had the knowledge of hieroglyphs and stuff like that, but in addition to that knowledge, he also recognized the unity of God. And believe it or not, even before the advent of Islam, Akhenaten was a monotheist, from the Kemetic times. Now, the reason why I want to make this video is because we're coming upon Ramadan. Ramadan is upon us, and it's just like I really feel that this Ramadan has to be like a now or never Ramadan. And I'm talking to people who are gonna partake in it. We really have to flush ourselves out this Ramadan, and I'm talking to myself. We really have to get into such a focused matter where this social media no longer serves as a distraction to us. That this social media is just obsolete to us. And it's very hard, it's very difficult. Because everybody, for the most part, not everybody, but a lot of people just put their whole lives and their whole being on social media. So it's it becomes very, very hard, to cut that. So with that being said, we really gotta somehow, some way hone in on not letting social media get to us. Because if you're like me, I'm not going to even sit here in front, okay? I'm not going to sit here and cap, because if I was going to sit here and cap, I would be not being honest with myself. But I like women. I'm not going to lie to you. So yes, I do follow women on my Instagram. Some of those women are rather provocative. We're going to have to cut that shit out. I'm talking to the guys. Because when we really look at the situation with women anyway, we've been so desensitized anyway, so it's why not reap the benefit of even not even looking in that direction, although we want to look? Why not reap that benefit of being able to level up that self-control? You know what I mean? Even take it a step further and delete some of those, you know what I mean? But this is a very difficult endeavor. The struggle is very difficult when you really think about that, because we as humans, we have needs, we have desires, we have all of those things. And so the Ramadan is meant to combat those things, but it's very difficult. Okay, imagine going, like, just imagine going without lusting or anything like that. Imagine just being in such self-control that those things never ever get to you. Okay? This is a high station, you know? And I also challenge myself first and challenge other people too who may have this issue is to try to control the temper. You know, I know it's hard because some of these people be making you mad. I'm not gonna even lie. Even the other day, I almost got into it with a dude. You know, I was like, is this nigga serious? You know, I was really about to get into it with the dude. But, you know, I said, nah, man, you know what? Let me just like control myself. Right? So I know people will try to get a reaction out of you. I know people will try to do things to upset you. I know people, trust me, I know. Some people just thrive off of that, unfortunately. I don't know why they do, but they just do. I don't get it, okay? I really don't. But still, man, as hard as it is, we gotta just put them on clown time. And sometimes, like, the best response is no response at all to these people. But sometimes you gotta respond. You know, in certain aspects, you have to respond because, like, maybe if you don't respond, they're gonna do it. They're gonna think it's okay, and they're gonna do it to someone else. But sometimes you have to like respond and just put them like clear in their tracks. Like stop them in their tracks and be like, oh, you know, like, nah, it ain't going down like that. I'm just reflecting on this because I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, damn, you know, how am I gonna make this Ramadan like really good? Because of the simple fact, like, when you really look at it, I mean, things are not quite open yet because of COVID. You know, things are not really open. I'm not going to lie to you. They may open up the restaurants and things like that and everything. People are, people are getting vaccinated now. It's happening more, but still things are not like, things will never be normal again anyway. So in essence, like, if you don't have any family here, which I don't, it's going to be very kind of tricky to do the Ramadan because chances are you're going to be eating your suhoor alone. Chances are you're going to be breaking your fast alone, unless you have like a couple of friends that you can get together with and break your fast. You know, which I do have a couple that I can do that with. However, it's kind of going to be remote. You know, a lot of the people, what they're going to do is they're going to just do Zoom conference calls and just, you know, give like lessons and things like that for the most part. Because I think a lot of people are still weary, I should say, in gathering, you know. But, you know, this Ramadan, man, and it's gonna be, I've done it before, but it's gonna be like double the difficulty. I'm gonna have to modify my training for Ramadan. But at the same time, like, what I'm really hoping to get out of this Ramadan is even a higher level of focus, even a higher level of leveling up in every aspect of my life, you know? That's what I hope to get out of it. You know, I hope that despite the shit that we got going on, that me and others are really able to hone in and like tap into a new level that they didn't even know they had. That's my hope for it. That's honestly my hope. And I believe it's possible because I'm gonna be honest. This world is really lacking like spirituality, so to say, and so I think as people, we kind of have to like really find that we got to keep that shit alive. We really have to keep it alive, and it's hard sometimes to do so. But I'm just gonna be like trying my best to make a coerced effort to keep it alive, and especially keep it alive within my life. Because there's so many distractions in our heart when we look at social media, when we look at like the desire to get things, when we look at the desire to be seen by people. I don't have that desire, but when you just look at the desire to be like wanted and things like that, and it's just a lot of things, man. A lot of distractions that cover our heart from the reality, which in that reality is God. So many. But I just wanted to like do this little video real quick about it. And just, inshallah, hopefully, man, we come out of this Ramadan like really on some transformative stuff, man. But anyhow, man, just leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Full signing out. Inshallah.